What's up, fight fans? My name is Anik Subramanian. I am a journalist for Fightbook MMA. Today, I'm here with the king of Kansas City, Garrett Armfield, coming off of two straight UFC wins.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah,
King of
the king of
City. That's
Kansas.
cool. I'll roll with that.
Yeah, you're king amongst many kings. First of all, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Not too bad. It's a nice day out here. Finally, like spring weather here in the Midwest, so it's good.
I know, right? Even here in Jersey, the weather was, I saw so much sun today. I'm in such a good mood because of it. So, yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it always makes it better when it's better weather, especially when you're training. You don't gotta go out to your car and it's freezing. So
Yeah, it's probably easier to warm up and stuff. Now, I'm going to jump
it
right
is.
into it. You're training, you're jumping heavy into training. The UFC is coming to St. Louis on May 11th. You have already booked an Airbnb, but you don't have
Yeah,
a flight booked yet. I want to
yeah,
know,
yeah.
tell me how badly do you want to be on this card?
Well, I'm all about manifesting things, right? So like that's why I booked the Airbnb. I told all my siblings and family members that I was gonna fight in Singapore before it happened, before I even got the fight. And I just said to myself, like I was like, I know I was gonna fight in Singapore. And and then I got an offer like a week later. Um and then yeah, so I definitely I really think that manifesting is like very powerful. And I feel like the more you give out to the world, the more you get. So, um that would be awesome to be on that card. I'm already like pushing myself to get into shape so I can get into fight shape. It's 8 weeks out. So that's perfect time because I've been like getting back into to get into fight camp. So everything's right on schedule for 8 weeks out. Especially we have Miles Johns and Trey Ogden fighting next week. And so I've been in shape, helping them get in shape, helps me get in shape. So um man, St. Louis would be awesome. It would also be like the 1 year anniversary of me moving from Florida to Kansas City. And I think that would also be a great way to like cap off, um, a great year, me coming back to Missouri and kind of like having like a resurgence in my career where I started, getting wins and putting stuff together and really making things happen. So, um, I really hope St. Louis happens. It'd be great to celebrate in front of my friends and family. The Airbnb I picked out was really cool too. So
I love that. We're all going to manifest that for you too. Do you think by any chance if Trey and Miles win their fights and they come out unscathed, do you think they could make a turnaround for that card, or is that kind of up in the air?
Miles definitely. I think Trey would rather be a coach and have like three of the marathon fighters on there. If we could get one more guy on there, I think that's what he really wants to do. Because he likes to have his fights scheduled out far in advance with his hectic schedule, being like a full time coach with hundreds of this. The gym's got a lot of members. It's a lot to juggle, and being a full time UFC as well. So um, knowing him, he'll probably just want to be able to coach and do that to the best of his ability and help us, get the wins. So I know Miles is always ready to fight. I mean, he just fight on 2 weeks' notice.
Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. I know you called Trey a mastermind behind the cage, so I want to know what it's like training with him and what is, you know what, I'm gonna jump into something different. What's your funniest moment with him in training?
Funnest moment in training. Shit. Oh, well, this one wasn't in training actually. It was actually happened in Toronto, Canada. When I was cutting weight, we had to use we I got an Airbnb in Canada. And when I got this Airbnb, I saw these bathtubs, and I was like, "Oh, I was looking for a place with bathtubs so I could cut weight there." And this Airbnb I picked had these like extra large bathtubs, and they looked super comfy. So I was like, "Okay, great." So we hop in, filling up with water. I already cut weight the night before, so this is the morning before weigh-ins, and the bathtub's huge. We fill it with water, and I get in. Well, I didn't realize, I didn't even think about this, that like I couldn't hold myself up in the hot tub or in the hot bath while it's like I'm dehydrated and like hungry and it's 100 degrees in the bathtub. And Trey had left the room. And so like and I got frustrated that I couldn't hold myself up. And I when you got frustrated, um time seems to move slower. And so I started freaking out, screaming at Trey while I was in the bathtub, like halfway drowning, screaming at Trey how much time's left. I'm like, Trey, how much fucking time's left in this tub? And so Miles runs in because he thinks I'm drowning in the bathtub. And they're like, bro, relax, we're good, we're good. So then I get out of the bathtub, I do the towel wrap, the mummy, all that stuff. I get back in the bathtub, and we're sitting there. And next thing you know, for some reason, I just start mad at Trey again. I was like, Trey, this fucking bathtub, and I start blaming him. He straight up he literally looks around the bathroom to see if we can figure something out, and he grabs a trash can, empties it, and puts it under my feet like a goddamn booster seat. So I didn't have, so I could hold myself up in this fucking bathtub. So, yeah.
So you use the
Oh,
trash can as your secret juice for weight cuts. That's what I'm hearing.
I guess so, yeah. So, like, I mean, I don't know. Like we actually we joke a lot around at the gym. It's a really good atmosphere and a good it's just good vibes. So like funniest, honestly, like we got tons of moments, right? And I've only been with them a year. There's been like a lot of moves where like we both hit a single leg on each other. We got a video of it where like we both hit a single leg on each other, like a single leg dump, and we both like hit each other at the same time. We both rotate 180 degrees, and it's he's got a video that I'll have to get my hands on it. But yeah, it's just every day is good vibes there. So
I love it. It seems like you guys got something special brewing at Marathon MMA, so it's good to hear. Now I'm gonna ask you about your last fight. You beat Brad Katona, the tough double champ, two-weight champ. That was a huge feather on your cap. I'm wondering, what was it like fighting on a Sean Strickland card?
it was cool. Um, I mean, there's nothing really like crazy happening. It's not like it'd be like I feel like fighting on a Conor McGregor card would be something that'd be a little bit more memorable.
Yeah,
But or like fighting on UFC 300. But I mean, it was a great experience, and I liked Toronto, and it was cool. I got to meet Sean. He was cool. But other than that, there was nothing crazy that happened. I feel like.
gotcha, gotcha. And it was a huge win. It was a close fight, and you really gained a lot of fans. I think the world really is starting to know your name now. I'm wondering after that fight, right? Obviously, Katona is represented by McGregor's team. He's got Ireland and he's also got Canada behind him. I'm wondering how was the fans? How was like the fan reaction, like the international fans?
Um, I think at first they booed me, and then by the end of the fight, they were on my side. That's what I like about Canada. They have a great set of fans, and they're I feel like American fans are like way more toxic and like quick to boo than like Canadian fans or like Asian fans. To be honest with you, um, so I felt nothing but love from them. So
That's awesome. Honestly, one thing I noticed was the Canadian men went 0-7. Ladies did great there
yeah,
at Toronto, but they didn't boo. They didn't throw things like the people in Brazil did when,
yeah, like Brazil would, yeah, like yeah. No, they're cool.
yeah, no, I think our American fan base needs to do better, but they're going to be great to you in St. Louis. We know that. Hometown hero. And now I'm also wondering, right? Speaking of the state of Missouri, right? I'm gonna ask you some questions about their sports teams. Best Missouri sports moment.
The greatest show on turf in the '90s, whenever the Rams stopped the Tennessee Titans on the 1 yard line to win the Super Bowl.
I love that. That's a great one. That's a throwback right there. Now I want to
Yeah,
know which team gets you more stressed out, the Kansas City Royals, the St. Louis Cardinals, or the Kansas City Chiefs? Because it's a state of champions.
yeah, man. Um, I don't honestly out of all the sports that I follow, I think I didn't even watch soccer growing up, and I didn't even play soccer, but I went to a couple soccer games, and I think the Sporting KC is really cool. So my girl and I went to one of their games, and we're gonna go back definitely here in the next couple of weeks. Um, yeah, man. So uh, I mean, I feel like now that I live in Kansas City, I like to represent the Chiefs and the Royals more than the Cardinals. I haven't lived in St. Louis in 8 years, 9 years, so maybe even longer since I was like 18. So like yeah, 8, 9 years. So I'm gonna have to go with the Royals and the Chiefs on that one then.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I think. Hey, I know you focus more on the Royals and Chiefs, but would you put on a Cardinals jersey, a custom one, if you get to fight
Oh
on this
yeah.
card?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd have to.
Hell yeah. No, I was thinking like if they do a press conference with all the Missouri fighters there, that would be really cool. So again, we're manifesting out loud for you right now. So
Yeah, I might just have to order myself one anyways.
I
All
think you
right.
should.
Yeah, I should just do it right ahead of time. That's a smart idea.
Exactly. I got you, man. Now I'm wondering one more question about this specific card, right? Are there any potential opponents? I know you'd fight anyone, but are there anyone that you'd be like, oh, that's gonna be cool?
Brady, Hiestand, or Marcus McGhee. I feel like they're gonna match me against Marcus McGhee if that fight does happen. I feel like that's a killer fight. I feel like I'm not like a lot of his opponents that he's fought. He fought a very timid Gaston Lonis. If you watch any of my fights, I get right off the jump, and I set my pace. And not only that, but I do have I have built an extensive ground experience under Trey that I have not been able to use yet, and I know I have lost by submission, but just because I always rely on my striking, I do have a ground game that I'm really wanting to show the world. So, um, man, I think those would be some killer matchups.
I would love to see either, and a win over either of them would really get you close to the ranking. I mean,
Yeah.
Brady's one of the best. I got to talk to him before. He's one of the best up and comers, and he's really good, really humble. That would be a great fight for the fans, especially on the ground. So yeah, let's see what happens. Now,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
shift the topic a little bit. Stop asking you about fighting. You're a bartender, right? What's your favorite?
yeah,
What's your drink of choice to make? Like, say you're on a date, you're
yeah,
setting up
yeah.
a date for your girl. Like, what's the drink you're gonna make her?
My girl likes the lemon drop martini, so I made sure I perfected making that.
I actually saw that Instagram video of yours. I was thinking you're gonna say that.
Oh yeah. That one, that's my girl's favorite. So, I gotta become the best at that one, so she's happy.
Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna ask you a couple more rapid fire questions. I like to
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
you
yeah.
different questions, keep it different. Now, who's the coolest celebrity you've met in this life as a fighter?
Uh, I'm gonna actually. I've been fortunate enough to meet a lot of cool people. Trick Liddell was cool. Travis Kelce was pretty cool guy. Um, um, Kevin James, who is from Kings of Queens. Kevin James is really cool. Paul Blart
Of
Mall Cop,
course.
that guy, or from Grown Ups. He was there. Um, I met him. And then have you ever seen Remember the Titans?
I've seen it, but like it was a long time ago.
What about My Name is Earl? Have you seen My Name is Earl?
No.
Damn. Well, the heavy set kid from Remember the Titans in the locker room, the fat kid, right? The fat football player. Um, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name now, but he actually trained at Kill Cliff a couple times. And so that was the cool thing about living in Florida is that I got to meet a lot of people because it was like a famous gym. But I'd say probably like um, Travis Kelce was what surprised me the most of how humble he was. He was a real humble guy, so that was cool.
That's awesome. Hey, if they get a three-peat, maybe you can meet Taylor Swift as well. So that would be
All right.
that's a legacy one.
I think that would make my girl's year too. So
No, exactly. Even like I would go to a Taylor Swift concert just to tell
oh
my
hell yeah.
grandchildren one day. Hell yeah. Like,
Yeah, Taylor Swift's good too. I respect her.
yeah, me too. I mean, she's a legend. That might be the biggest name in the world right now. So it's nuts.
Yeah.
Now, a couple more questions from me. I know you mentioned you wanted to travel, see the world. Hopefully, you're fighting near home your next fight. But I know you mentioned
Mhm.
Italy. What other places do you want to fight at? Like any bucket list places, like you said, to take your girl as well.
Not really fight, but I want to go visit. We're gonna go visit Mexico, I think later this year. That'd be cool. And then fight wise, like fighting Japan would be really fun. And then honestly, just Japan and then the O2 Arena in England would be cool.
Hey, maybe you can take on Rinya Nakamura in Japan. I mean, he's on the come up.
Yeah, that would be a good matchup too. I would like to fight him as well.
Yeah, I'd love that. Now, one more question for me.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, as a fighter, when it's all said and done, right? What do you want to be remembered as?
A fighter's fighter, 100%. Someone that was exciting every time they stepped into the cage and that people looked up to and said and thought, hey, when you want to fight, if you want to be a good fighter, fight like Garrett, right? If you want to be a fighter's fighter. Kind of like how Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier is looked at. Um, like that's who I want to be looked at. Not Justin Gaethje. So
Awesome, Garrett. I really love
yeah,
talking to you. I appreciate you
yeah,
making all the
man.
time out for the
Appreciate it.
young media, especially like a lot of us up and comers. Like it was really cool that you like put out that tweet saying like, "Hey,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
down to
yeah, of
talk
course.
to all you guys."
Yeah.
Like it's really special for us. And also, I want to say for the fans, Garrett almost has 10,000 followers on Instagram. He's at like
Yeah,
9,999 or something. Let's
almost
get him
there.
there in the next week.
Please do,
But
man.
Garrett,
Please do.
thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in
Thank
St.
you,
Louis,
bro.
and thank you so much, man.
Being St. Louis, man. Have a good day.
Thank you too.